Hello and welcome to the NovaTime Technical Library. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about setting up different pay periods or pay cycles within the NovaTime system and what it looks like at the timesheet when those pay periods are used. Let's review the different types of pay periods available within the NovaTime system. For this video, we will not go over the custom or user-defined pay cycles. However, if you need more information, please reach out to your support team or your implementation representative. The other cycles we will review are just a weekly 7-day cycle, bi-weekly 14-day, semi-monthly, and monthly. You'll need to select which one is representative of how you capture hours and pay hours within your company. When selecting a weekly or bi-weekly cycle, it's important that you set a reference date. This reference date will indicate the first day of that pay cycle. For example, if your pay period starts on Mondays, and you do a weekly cycle, you'll need to make sure that you pick a Monday within the calendar. If you have a bi-weekly cycle, it's very important to understand the first day of that cycle. So again, if it's Mondays, you'll need to make sure that you select the first day of a corresponding bi-weekly cycle, and the system will then generate bi-weekly cycles automatically thereafter. When choosing a semi-monthly cycle, make sure you define when the first and second cycles begin. Generally, we see companies do a 1st through the 15th and 16th through the end of the month. In this case, you don't have to do anything. However, if you follow different cycles, select the day of the month that each of those cycles start from the drop-down menu. If you select a monthly cycle, again, all you have to do is select the day of the month that monthly cycle starts on. You can also give each pay policy a description. So in this case, we're going to call it hourly 1. And this will be used when dropping down the pay cycle and date selection control. You define an overtime cycle, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or custom. Most companies will follow a weekly overtime cycle, meaning that hours are calculated on a weekly basis to determine whether or not the employee is eligible for overtime. We do see some companies, especially a non-exempt and exempt salaried, that might want to calculate overtime based on bi-weekly. Example, hours over 80. So let's take a look at the pay period, pay cycle application in the timesheet. Within the pay cycle and date selection area, you can drop down the pay cycle and see the different types of pay cycles configured within the system. The hourly one is the weekly pay policy that we created. The semi-monthly was the semi-monthly that we created in the example. If I flip between them, my employee list on the left-hand side will be reflective of those employees assigned to that particular pay cycle. So in this case, you see current pay period is 5/1 to 5/15, representing a semi-monthly pay cycle. If I go back to my hourly, which was a weekly pay cycle, you'll see that the current pay period is 5/4 to 5/10. It's important for you to understand that that reference date that you set up in the pay policy will drive the recurring pay cycles automatically. You will not have to come in and put from to dates. The system will automatically do that for you. It's also important to understand that we will only show the employees within that particular pay cycle. We do not want you to put data in for employees that may overlap pay cycles and thereby pay them incorrectly. So when you show out different pay cycles, the list of employees will be limited to only those employees within that pay cycle. That's it for today's video. If you have any questions, please reach out to your support team or implementation representative for more assistance. Thank you.